It's bright and sunny day today, guys, and we're talking about rev matching. Let's get it going. What's up, everybody? My name is Shaunak and you're watching my YouTube channel Motor Red. Now there is some background noise that you might be getting from an event that's going up right somewhere over there, and it's creating a lot of sound, so just ignore that. I've been waiting to get that shut it down for around an hour, but it did not. So let's ignore that and let's get this video going. So today we are talking about rev matching and what rev matching really is. Now, rev matching is basically a way to downshift without hurting your bike. Now, when you downshift your bike, what you do is generally clutch in and you put your gears down. But rev matching is something that basically eases out the pressure that gets built up on the engine itself. So rev matching is all about putting that one bit of throttle right when you're clutched in for your downshift. You clutch your bike, give the throttle a blip, and just put down your gear, and that's all it is. So once you know when you need to downshift and go on a lower gear, and you're basically ready to do it, all you need to do is cut off the throttle, hold the clutch in, and give that throttle just a blip of power so that the revs of the engine builds up so that it can cope up easily with that spinning wheel that you have on your rear. So once you are ready to downshift, all you're gonna do is cut off the throttle, hold in the clutch, and at the very right time when you're putting down the gear, just give the throttle a blip and you would understand what's the effect of it. So when you give the throttle a blip, the revs go a bit high, the gear slides in, and then you let go of the clutch, and basically the clutch eases out the transmission of that particular spinning wheel, that force that's going on in that rear wheel to the engine, and that is something that makes the engine at a comfortable position for that particular gear. And you can also, as an advantage, you can get an extra punch from the throttle because you're in the right rev. But that's not something that our riders, or maximum of the riders that ride motorcycles, do generally, because people don't understand the importance of it. So yesterday, I was speaking to one of my friend, and I was talking to him about, you should rev match while you downshift, because I and he, ride together to office, and I noticed that he doesn't do rev matching. He doesn't actually go for it. So what he does is when he needs to downshift, he just, cuts off the throttle, clutches in the bike, and just downshifts, and again then leaves the clutch. And what that does is, when you're at a certain speed and you're downshifting, when you clutch, you hold the clutch in, what happens is the engine goes into a neutral kind of position where the revs go all the way down. Now your engine's revs are all the way down, but your wheels are spinning. And when you put down that, and when you downshift the gear, and then when you release the clutch, this rotation of the wheel, of the rear wheel, or the motorcycle's wheel, that creates a lot of pressure through the chain, through the sprocket, through the chain to the engine directly, and the engine has to cope up with that speed, and that's something that you don't want to do because it will gradually affect your bike. So I'll be showing you today how to rev match and what not to do while rev matching so that you can have a proper downshift and not affect your bike. And trust me guys, there are lots of myths that rev matching hurts your bike, and I have friends who have told me that you should not do rev matching, it actually hurts your bike, but it does not. So now let's hit the road and show you how a proper rev matching is done and what I was talking about. So let's hit the road. Now I'm on the street, on the road. I'll try to show you how the entire rev matching scene works. Let me first get off this traffic. Now you won't be doing rev matching till the first gear, because it becomes it's the shortest gear and it becomes a bit jerky. So people don't really downshift doing a rev match till the first gear, but till second should be good. And what I do personally is when I stop, and that's when I click the gear to the first after I have stopped. But till second gear, it's always the rev matching way of downshifting that I prefer doing. Okay, so let's get ahead of this traffic. Maximum of the motorcycles comes with a sequential gearbox. It's a manual transmission. Very few motorcycles have actually automatic transmissions, and by many few I mean very few. So when you're clutching in, that's when you're putting down your gear, and that's when the rev matching comes into play. So when you're clutching in and putting down your gear, what you want to do before putting that gear to the previous gear, you would want to blip the throttle. And by blip the throttle, I mean just like this. This is blipping the throttle. So this is all you have to do in order to rev match a bike. The idea is to have the engine speed par with the transmission speed that the bike will be getting. So your wheel is spinning and you have the engine on a lower rev, because when you're downshifting, you're pulling in the clutch, so your rev goes down. Trust me guys, rev matching is a thing that you would love to do once you get the hang of it. So try and practice it on the way to office, practice it on the way to college, or wherever you're going. Just try and practice that. First few times would be a bit difficult for you, and it took me a whole lot of time to learn it. And it's not something that comes that you get used to very easily. So you need to practice, and then when you hit it correctly, you understand what's the range or what's the rev that you need for a particular gear. So you need to learn what's the rev, comfortable rev for your engine, for your particular bike, for each and every gear. So if you have a six-speed manual transmission, then you would need to learn what's the rev range for all the 6 gears, and then is when you would be able to do it without a problem. Alright guys, so that was pretty much it, and that's how the rev matching is done, and that's the technical bit of information about rev matching. So hope you liked the video, and hope that will help you out guys. Let me know in the comment section if it did help you out, and how much of a difference that you have seen in your current riding style after applying the rev matching while you're downshifting. So let me know, and if you like this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends, with your family, and yeah, do subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for new videos that will be coming out every week. So that's pretty much it for this week guys, and till the next week, ride hard, ride safe. Bye bye.